everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today I have another box opening of a new game that I just got, and this is Panzer, and this is actually the fourth one in the series. This is the game of small unit action and combined arms, the German invasion of France, 1940. Now, you may have seen, I know these are not new games, so this box opening may not be of interest to most people, but one of the reasons I wanted to get this one, I have the original, the first Panzer, the base game, and then I bypassed the other three additional games to get this one because this one has solo play, and I thought that would be fun. So game design is James M. Day and Fernando Sola Ramos, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that name. But GMT Games put this out in 2018, so you can see that this is not a new game by any standard, but to me it's brand new, still in the shrink wrap, so it's always fun. Looks like about their 1.5 inch size box here. And Panzer, when we look at the back here, they have the game cards here that you use for the individual units, and gives us a little bit of historical stuff. Shows us a little bit of the map and some of the counters, which, as any of you have played this game know, these are rather large counters. This particular one introduces commanders, so it's kind of cool to have those counters in there. Coming over here, it's you have one play book included in the box, 21 full color data cards, 4 full color counter sheets, so you have 4 counter sheets in this one. That's pretty good, and one TO&E book in there. So I don't see, oh, here we go, 4 10 by 27 inch geomorphic maps included with 1 inch hexes, 8 map boards all total, so they're double-sided obviously. 14 and above. Time is, each game turn is 15 seconds to 15 minutes. Units are individual tanks, vehicles, tow guns, and aircraft. Infantry squads, half squads, and sections. And the map is 100 meters per hex, players 1 or more. So I like that. But they show 2 there, so I don't know if it's more than 2. Coming over here, complexity game meter. Complexity is a 6 on the medium scale, and solitaire suitability a 9. So I've read that it's only 2 scenarios in here that actually is solitaire scenarios, and I think somebody said that you could find other locations where they can adapt. They can be adapted to other scenarios, but I guess I will find that out. So let's get the shrink wrap off this and get this game open and get a look inside here. All right, the shrink wrap is off. So again, because this is a second printing, it's, well, no, this one is a thinner box, so it may not be a second printing on the France 1940. This might be from the first printing, which would have been 2018. So look inside. The first thing we have are the plastic bags, which unfortunately, with all the games that I've been getting lately, my stack of 10 trays are rather out. So plastic bags might be the thing for right now. We have our cards. And again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you these because I know that there have been a lot of box opening on these games. But these are all the German player cards, which that makes sense to me. The first one I had German and Russian on the back. And I often thought, well, if you're playing against somebody who's a Russian and the same card is used for both of you, that would make it kind of difficult to go back and forth. I don't know if that is a problem or not, but all these seem to be the Russian cards. Let me get rid of this piece of paper here. Really thick cardboard. These are kind of cool cards. They do have a little bit of, they're starting to have a little bit of a bow to them, but not much. So yeah. And then I would imagine these are the French cards for France. Yep. And so these are all the units there. Tow guns, infantry, aircraft, tanks, Yeah, very cool. So those are information cards. Then we have the Panzer booklet, playbook, and Panzer Panzer expansion number 4, France 1940. This is really a thick book here. Let me get this out of the way here so we can look at these books. So yeah, table of content here, historical notes, introduction, solitaire game sequence of play. Wow, that seems to have quite a number of pages. And solitaire rule here. Wow, this is even more than I thought. Yeah, we have a lot of solitaire rules here. So introduction, optional rules, continued. So I think maybe I don't know if I need to start with this one. Let's see. Maybe this picks up from the original book, which makes sense. And again, you can tell that, you know, I've not played this at all, so this is all brand new to me. Historical scenarios, combining fire, and here we start getting our leaders there. And apparently you can apply these leaders to the other games, so you have all the different nationalities, not just France and German. So you have British here. I would imagine you have Americans on one of them. Yeah, Americans, Russian, German. And then we have some example of play there. And then here's solitaire rules. So solitaire rules starts on page 14. And still continuing, talks about stacking, solitaire game, movement phase, movement action table. So it starts on 14 and goes to 27. So these are all your solitaire game rules. And then we have scenario, solid situation here. Let's see. These are scenarios. Now it doesn't say if they're for solitaire. Let's see, scenario 38, French force, 39, German force 40, scenario 41, 42, 43, so yeah, I'm not sure which ones would be for solitaire play. Go back to the beginning here. And perhaps I'm missing something because I'm looking at it upside down so that you guys have the top view. But yeah, I like some of the maps there. We got some good sized map going on down here. So yeah, if you know, maybe it's the first two or the last two that are solitaire games. I am not sure, but if you do know, please leave me a note down at the bottom. I'd love to hear from you and answer that question that I have now. All right. So anyway, those are the rules. Is full color. So it's a nice book. It's glossy, a little bit glossy surface there. And TO&E booklet, expansion of France, and this gives us all of our order here. Divisions, how they're broken down. So yeah, I'm gonna have to learn all of this now, just so I could, I don't know if I needed to play the game, but it's a good background information, that's for sure. So these are our two rule books that come with the game. Next we have our maps here, and these are all geomorphic maps, and like it said, there are 4 different ones. So we'll look at the top one first. Map number 25. Oh, that's a lot of hills right there. Stone, and so that's the historical. This is the historical map. 21, number on there. Let me make sure that you can see all of that. A lot of woods over there. So this is going to be an interesting map to play on. Our next map, number 26. A little town over here, woods on both sides. And the names of the towns are here, so I'm going to assume, and I could be totally wrong, that that might have something to do with historical. This looks like a continuation of the other map, the historical one. So here's number 22 on the back side. And again, a lot of elevation changes here. The next map is 27, and this is more of a lowland map with another city there. And oh, this is a good mix of terrain right here. So this might be interesting, clogging through and firing through. And our last map, another flat terrain, but still a lot of obstacles on these maps right here. This is number 28. A lot of woods, river map, river, hilltops. So a lot of tactical maneuvering and advantage. A ford there, crossing, another ford, another crossing. And the back side looks like some fields here and town again coming across. And that's number 24, map number 24. Last but not least are our counters. So this is counter sheet 1 of 4. And this looks like the French and the French leaders there. Got the front side, the back side, and here's counter number 2 of 4, and this is all the Germans. So there's a lot in this game, and they sort of came in rather quickly into France, so I'm sure that's reflected in this game. And here's some more French pieces, some extra German pieces, and then we get all of our leaders right here. And like I said, this rule can be applied to the other games, so that adds a whole new facet to the game there, which is kind of cool that they continue it like that. And of course, the bad part is, it makes you want to get all of the expansions, which now I have to get the other ones. So that's that one. And here's all of our markers for the games, and then here's our combat units, our foot soldiers there, some turrets, and then we can see that none of these are commands, so that's where you're going to be using the ones from the original game in this expansion. So that's why the original game is required. So that's our different counter sheets. Okay, so that's a look at the Panzer expansion number 4. I didn't see any dice in this either. So, the invasion of France, 1940 Panzer. That was my quick box opening. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I hope you're around for the next one. Thanks for watching this one.